always say practice makes perfect. We grow up and learn by practicing sounds, numbers, and spelling. We learn to distinguish sights and sounds such as a bee, a bird, or the sound of running water. But what if you lost that hearing and you couldn't distinguish the sounds of a bird chirping or a child laughing? Now what about your sight, and all you could hear is sounds, never again to see the beauty of a flower or admire a grand waterfall? With practice comes a connection to things that we have learned, a care for things that have been experienced. That is why, if we are concerned for the future of our environment, we need to give children experiences with nature. They are our future, after all. Positive experiences in nature with our children will mean they will learn, and in doing so, make a connection with nature. It has been studied that spending just 5 minutes within nature or looking at a natural scene can lower stress levels. If this can help adults, how would spending time in nature benefit children? Within the past decade, children that have been diagnosed with ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, has risen 66%. A rise in stress hormones has been noted in patients with ADHD. Spending time in nature has been correlated with a decrease in ADHD symptoms. Meanwhile, the length of time children spend indoors equals nearly 55 hours a week. Their focus on video games, TV, cell phones, and computers keeps them inside, away from nature. It has been proven, however, that children who spend more time outdoors are less likely to be obese, have less psychological stress, and suffer from fewer instances of nearsightedness. It is also important to note that a lot can be learned from nature. Children spend about 6 hours a day in the classroom. That's 30 hours a week. With all that time spent indoors in a classroom, teachers could take their kids outside to just learn in nature. So many topics can be covered by observing natural scenes. Math from looking at a flower and its petals, physics of wind or water, learning about music pitch and volume by listening to a bird chirping, and as mentioned before, just time spent outside is a health benefit to children. So let's break down their week. 1 week is 168 hours. A good night's sleep, anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a night, would be about 56 hours a week. We know kids spend on average 6 hours in a classroom, so 30 hours. We also know kids spend on average about 55 hours inside. If you add it all up, our children only have 27 hours left to eat, spend time with friends and family, perhaps spend time outside, and do homework and other activities. There is a problem when a children's free time is less than the time spent inside. Things need to change, and kids need to be taken outdoors. The benefits of nature on a child have been studied and show positive impacts on physical and mental health. Several initiatives have been started to get children moving and playing outside. First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign, as well as No Child Left Inside, have been instrumental in the environmental education and physical fitness of today's children. Also, new phone apps such as iNaturalist and Project Noah help children make their own observations. This makes them take ownership of science and research of their environment. Focusing more on nature with our children will ensure the future care of our planet by compassionate and educated individuals. After all, practice makes perfect.